This is Donald Parham. You're listening to Chargers Unleashed, part of the LAFB Network. Stay jiggy.
And this is Chris Rupp II, Chargers outside linebacker, and make sure you check out Chargers Unleashed.
Shout out to Chargers Unleashed, Sebastian Joseph. They know the vibes. We outside.
You checking in with Mike Williams from the LA Chargers, and you're tuning in to Chargers Unleashed.
You're listening to the Chargers Unleashed podcast with your host, Dan Wolkenstein and Jake Hefner.
Welcome to another edition of Chargers Unleashed. Jake Hefner and Dan Wolkenstein from the LAFB Network. Today's show, of course, being brought to you by BetOnline, Charger Bolt Family, and Rock Solid Sports Memorabilia. If this is your first time tuning in to the show, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button on YouTube. You can also follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Spotify, and Apple Podcast. Dan Wolkenstein. It was 17 yesterday. It's 16 today.
16 candles on that cake. We are so close, Jake. How are you feeling, my friend?
I feel like crap. Like I told you, the days are just going by way too slow, my friend. It needs to be April 27th today.
Well, the good news is we are going to be doing a mock draft 3.0. We're going to keep this one standard, stick and pick, Jake versus Dan. Jake, would you say you won the last one? Is it 1-1?
You know, I never really got the consensus feeling.
I'm going to give it to you. We're 1-1.
I don't want
game 3.
I don't want a petty vote. I mean, come on. Let's, I tried to keep it as different from my version 1 as possible. I think I did a good job in doing that.
Yep. You redeemed yourself for sure. We're tied 1-1. Best of 7 series.
Fair enough. Here
we are. Game 3. We got the playoffs for the NBA starting soon. So on brand. Game 3 of our mock draft dueling status. Number 21, 54. And then rounds 3, 4, 5, we're going to stick and pick. No trades in this one. We'll keep it as realistic as possible. Jake will be on the right side. If you're watching, I'll be on the left. Jake, can you believe that we are now in our 4th season covering the Los Angeles Chargers? 3 for Chargers Unleashed with LAFB, but 4 total. Where has the time gone? You don't look a day older than you did 4 years ago.
Well, thank you for that compliment. I feel only 25. I didn't know at what point that my name changed to Dan Wolkenstein, considering what sides of the screens that we're on. But, we're back. We're good.
Okay. You're welcome.
Now I feel just like myself.
I can't. Okay, I take it back. You look a little different now.
Oh, okay. Now I look a little bit older.
A little bit.
Now I look like someone that's about to turn 38. Thanks a lot. Appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Speaking of numbers, Dan, I want to remind everybody that our friends over at BetOnline remain your number one source for all of your sports betting needs this season. Always the fastest and easiest way to bet on all your favorite sports and events, whether that's NFL, NBA, NHL, MMA, tennis, boxing, or even golf. So head on over to betonline.ag to join and receive your 50% welcome bonus with your first deposit. Make sure to use that promo code BELIEVE, that's BLEAV, to receive your rewards. BetOnline, where the game starts. Dan, one more thing that we want to talk about, obviously, before we jump into this doing mock draft. Mm-hmm. Last night, if you guys were watching the show or if you happened to listen on Twitter, we are officially doing a Keenan Allen signed jersey giveaway. Go to the tweet, follow the rules. In order to enter to win this jersey, the winner will be announced on April 26th, the day before the draft. So keep your eyes peeled for that, but make sure to follow the rules, get yourself entered to win, and have some fun.
Custom Keenan Allen signed jersey, powder blues, looks beautiful. May the odds be forever in your favor. You got 15 days left before we announce the winner there. Good luck. Jake, are you ready?
I'm ready, sir. 5 rounds.
Would you like the honors of going first? I leave it up to you.
No, I'm always a gentleman, so.
Always a gentleman. Listen to this guy.
Always a gentleman. Go ahead.
All right. I am on the clock. Guys like Jackson Smith-Njigba, Bijan Robinson, Jordan Addison, Zay Flowers, Dalton Kincaid. Again, we're sticking and picking. We're not moving. I'm going to go a little bit different route this time. Bijan Robinson being there. It's funny. People say Bijan Robinson, there's no way he's going to be there. I genuinely believe there's a better chance he is there than he's not there. Just because you see so many mock drafts. And it's not a slight to Bijan Robinson. It's just running back needs are lower for a lot of these teams above 21. And people don't value running backs as high as they do. People are kind of low on the running back position in general. They have other needs for other premium positions like offensive tackle or wide receiver or corner, edge. So like, it's not a slight to him. It's just people are looking at premium positions. They don't see running back as a premium position. That said, I'm going to shy away from Bijan Robinson in this one just to have some fun. I'm going to go a different route. Let's look at the edge position. We got Will McDonald, Felix Abduki-Uzoma, Adetomiwa Adebawore is there. I think it's a little early for those guys. Cam Smith, Keely Ringo are there. Keely Ringo, we just talked about the cornerback class. Love him. I think this is too rich for 21. Defensive line, Brian Breezy's there, which would be interesting. I'm going to look at the running backs, Jahmyr Gibbs, Zach Charbonnet. Those guys are all available. I'm hoping Jahmyr Gibbs is there in round 2. If he's there, I'm calling right now. That's what I'm going for. Because of that, I'm going to look at the edge position. I think I'm going to go a different direction. I'm going to go a different direction here. I'm going to look at...
You got some good players that fell to you at 21 there.
I know this is tough. Man. You know what? I'm going to go a different route. I'm going to try. I don't want to go wide receiver in round 1. I pounded the table for weeks. I don't want to do it. Okay. God, this is tough. All right. I'm going to go Darnell Washington. A little bit different archetype than Dalton Kincaid. But you look at how important the tight end position is, specifically run blocking. Look at Darnell Washington. The guy's an absolute alien specimen, if you will. Darnell Washington, I think, helps the offensive line, helps the running game, helps the tight end position, and helps Justin Herbert. Darnell Washington, my first pick. Jake, you're on the board.
All right, let's see what we got. Once again, Bijan Robinson, Ryan Branch is here. Zay Flowers is here. Dan, very interesting. Another quick shout out to our friends
Banks is there.
Another quick shout out to our friends over at Bet Online. I'm not sure if you saw it, but they had some NFL draft position over-unders that were released today. 3 players that are basically right in the wheelhouse of where the Chargers are drafting at 21. So they had Bijan Robinson at 21.5, Zay Flowers at 22.5, and Jordan Addison 23.5.
They had Bijan Robinson at 21.5?
21.5, basically.
Yeah, see, that's a smart line. I'm telling you, that's
an over-under. So... I mean, you may be onto something. Again, I still kept thinking to myself a couple weeks back that it just made so much sense for the Eagles to pull that trigger. It doesn't really sound like it's that big of a possibility for them anymore. So depending on where he falls in between 10 and 21, who knows? Dan, let me get that board again. Because again, I'm going to try to do something different that I have done in the last 2 drafts. Obviously, last week I stayed where I was, picked Bijan Robinson. I know that makes a hell of a lot of sense to do that again, but I want to try not to repeat myself. The first draft we did, I traded back and I took Will McDonald. So, you know what? I'm going to go a different position that I have not gone before. I'm going to go
snapper. Long snapper?
I'm going to go the wide receiver on this one, Dan.
Oh, you're doing it. Okay.
I am. And it's because Zay Flowers is on the board right here. And I think that his draft stock is severely on the rise. I personally, when it comes down to it, don't believe that he's going to be there at 21. I think he is going to be selected before that. But he just fits everything that this Chargers team is lacking in terms of explosion, speed, the juice that you want to add to this team. I think that would be great if he was to fall there. Again, very different type of receiver from the Jackson Smith and Jigbas, the Jordan Addisons, the Quentin Johnsons. As far as just what this team needs right now, as far as that extra gear that Brandon Staley's been talking about, I think this would be a solid pick if he happened to drop there.
Speaking of extra gear, Jake, I called my shot. If Jahmyr Gibbs was there at 54, I'm picking him. And wouldn't you know it, Jahmyr Gibbs has fallen to me, the running back, speedster, offensive weapon. This guy can be the Alvin Kamara type in this Chargers offense. Legit speed. Imagine the dynamic of having a Darnell Washington paired with a Jahmyr Gibbs. Yeah, I'm loving this. Jahmyr Gibbs.
One's definitely helping the other. That's for sure.
Easy pick for me. Jahmyr Gibbs, running back Alabama. If you have not seen why I'm so high on him, go watch some Jahmyr Gibbs and tell me what you think he would look like in powder blues next to Justin Herbert and presumably Austin Eckler. Jahmyr Gibbs, easy pick, done. 54, sold for me. Jake, on to you.
So let's see. Now sitting at 54, already took care of the wide receiver need. What are we dealing with here? Let's see. Tell me why
for you.
Again, I'm going to try to keep this as realistic as possible. I love Adebawore. I just can't see him slipping to 54 given his skill set.
Okay, so on that, Jake, I think I agree with you, but the general premise of that, like there are only 31 players.
I understand that. They're
going to make it to through round one. So he could be there. Never know. So if he's there, take him.
Foskey, I know, is a name that's been popular with you your last couple of drafts. Same with Derek Hall. Let's see. We're looking at the edge here. Show me the tight end group where it currently stands right now.
Tucker Kraft, Zach Kuntz, Luke Shoemaker.
There's
a couple corners we just talked about.
Indeed.
See, it
is funny that they still list Adebawore in the edge group where I don't think where he's going to be playing at the next level. You
can go with the UCLA kid, Zach Charbonnet, if you want to go running back early. You can double dip at receiver if you want to, which they wouldn't do, but your boy Marvin Mims just chilling there.
Well, Marvin Mims has been a favorite of mine my last two drafts. I can't help it. I can't get away from the playmaking ability that he brings to the table and position versatility. Okay, so let's see here. What do I want to address? Show me that edge group one more time, Dan. Sorry.
You got to go Adebawore. I don't know how. There's no way you pass him up. Maybe you do.
Okay, so considering that if I went this route, I probably would come back to edge again. Based off of where I would insert Adebawore in the system, he would be more of an interior defensive lineman. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, give me Adebawore. I think that would be a good value pick if he happened to drop to 54.
Adebawore out of Northwestern, great hybrid edge / interior defensive line. I think you do both. All right, Jake, I am on the clock now at pick 85, round 3. I have gone offense back-to-back. Darnell Washington, I got an A+ rating, by the way, for Jahmyr Gibbs at 54. Provides both kind of the running game juice as well as passing game juice. Wide receivers available. I still got Marvin Mims and Tank Dell. I can go Herbie fully loaded and just go to the moon. I don't know if that's realistic, though. I think the Chargers are probably going to look at defense at this point. Oh, Darius Rush and Eli Ricks are both there. I like both of them. They're both in my top 10 list, I should say. Darius Rush was in our top 10, wasn't he? You talked about Darius Rush, right?
Yes.
Eli Ricks was in mine. Whew. Jordan Battle, the safety from Alabama, is there. I think that might be a little redundant given the fact that you have Derwin James. I'm kind of thinking Eli Ricks right here, but that might be a stretch if I'm being honest. Gervin Dexter. I've already gone tight end. I feel like the Chargers, if I'm being the Chargers, I'm sure they would probably go defensive line or edge. But see, this is where I kind of go back to BPA, and I could go Gervon Dexter, but I just, for the guys that I think would make the most impact for this Chargers team and bring the most, I think I might. This is insane, but I think I'm gonna go offense back to back here and give the fans what they want. I'm torn between Marvin Mims and Tank Dell. Jahmyr Gibbs is a little on the lighter side, although look,
I don't see Cedric Tillman lasting to the third.
I was gonna say Cedric Tillman, it's a different archetype. Folks aren't going to be very excited to get him, I think, if you think of him compared to a Mims or Tank Dell. But think about kind of the safety valve. Think about the insurance succession plan for one of those two receivers that are probably not going to be here between Keenan Allen and Mike Williams after this coming season.
Man, I think Marvin Mims would be this home run for you if you were to pair him with what you already have.
But see, the reason I'm kind of shying away from him is that there are more archetypes like a Marvin Mims. in later rounds. Like in the next round, I'm banking on Mims being there, or Mims won't be there, obviously, but Dell, Tyler Scott. I got probably A.T. Perry, Trey Palmer, Parker Washington, Jaden Reed. Like, are those guys as good as Marvin Mims? No, but are they in like that same mold ish? Yes. I'm gonna go a different route here. I'm gonna go Cedric Tillman. Give us wide receiver core. I think BPA. I think that's the guy.
Okay.
Jake, you have gone Zay Flowers, Adetomiwa Adebawore, wide receiver and edge. Where you looking this round?
Well, let's see what the board has laid out for me here.
Ooh, you got Brian Young. I would have gone edge if I got your pick, if I got the way it fell, but that's okay.
Okay, so scroll up. Let me see what the tight end group has given me. That's it right there, baby. That's it right there, baby. Now, honestly, do I think that Tucker Kraft or Zach Kuntz is going to be there in round 3? Is it possible maybe that one of them is still remaining? I'm not sure. I think that especially the way that Zach Kuntz tested for his tight end position, very gifted athletic tight end. Tucker Kraft, I've just been becoming a much bigger fan of if the Chargers choose to address the tight end later in the draft outside of the first round. I think both of these would be solid options. I would probably say better fit.
I like Tucker Kraft.
Would
like
probably
Tucker
be Tucker Kraft. Yeah. So give me Tucker Kraft there.
Wow. I think both Cedric Tillman and Tucker Kraft, our last two round 3s, probably wouldn't be there. But again, we're just taking what they give us. Oh, and wouldn't you know it, Jake? See, man, the way the board fell, I just want to go offense this entire draft. Like, I know there's no way. Oh, but Eli Ricks, the corner, is there. Imagine the Chargers coming out of this with Darnell Washington, Jahmyr Gibbs, Cedric Tillman, and then someone like a Trey Palmer or Jaden Reed.
And then everybody's going to be like, so who the hell is going to, which one of those guys is going to get
Play
after
edge.
Patrick Mahomes? Yeah, exactly.
It's unrealistic. All right, I gotta go defense. It's either going to be edge or corner. Eli Ricks. Oh, Cory Trice is there too. Okay. I'm banking on Cory Trice being there next round. Okay, giving you a peek behind the curtain. If Cory Trice is there next round, in round five, I'm picking Cory Trice.
Okay.
Please fall. I think I'm going to go Isaiah McGuire here, the edge out of Missouri. It's got to be selected. I think they got to get that position at some point. They need depth behind the two, obviously. You're on the board, Jake.
Okay.
By the way, Zach Kuntz is still there, which means he could have gotten somewhere else and come back around.
Him going to round 4 now, on lasting till day 3. I don't see that.
Oh, Jake, you got one of my top picks.
I know.
Oh, you got 2 of my top picks for the Chargers. At corner.
So let me cycle through a number of different positions here. So yeah, give me that edge group again. Yeah, edge went really, really early in my particular scenario.
Yeah, round 3 is when they all went.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so I've got my eye on one there. Show me the DBs.
This looks pretty.
Scroll down for me a bit. Take me back to the edge.
Slim pickings here, sir.
Dilton Horton comes out to me a little bit. YaYa Diaby opens my eyes a little bit there. Damn. I already feel like I failed in this mock draft, to be perfectly honest.
Just because of the edge?
Yeah.
It just really got Adebawore. But again,
really did not. I don't see him I mean, who knows? I think his better fit is inside, which is probably where it's going to go. In this circumstance, I have to address the edge position in one form or fashion. So give me YaYa Diaby. I like his fit for this team.
Okay. Jake goes edge, gets his backup depth piece. Dan, his final offer. I already called it. If he's available, I'm going to take him. Cory Trice is there, sprinting. Very easy pick for me. Cory Trice, the corner out of Purdue. If you have not seen tape on him, go listen to or watch our latest cornerback breakdown. We talk about in depth how good Cory Trice is. Cory Trice, previous Boilermaker, newest Los Angeles Charger, going to the Chargers.
It's easy enough for you.
Up. All right, easy. I've had a pretty. Oh, by the way, they've given me flowers on my draft picks.
Straight A's, baby. Straight A's. Okay, so let me see what I got.
You are up at. You got Riley Moss. You got some corners available. Ivan Pace. They do need linebacker depth too. Yep.
Yeah.
Got the receivers. Rakim Jarrett's still there. You got the track star from Princeton still there. Mm-hmm. Trey Tucker's still there. A little bit of a reach for them, probably.
Show me the DBs again. Really, man, oh man, mine was a very defensive heavy draft as far as when they were selected. That is for sure. God, I love the D+ grade that they just gave me next to YaYa Diaby. That's great. Yeah. Like I said, I think my whole mock draft got fucked, which again is perspective here. If you want to think about what it's possibly going to be,
this is what happens. Like sometimes boards fall a certain way and you have to kind of pivot. I was in no world was I expecting to not have one of those receivers that I'd mentioned before, like those speedster, smaller gadget guys. I don't have one of them. But I kind of like what I got though.
Show me all. See if I can give myself any redeeming qualities here.
I got Dorian Williams there.
That is one. I mean, again, I don't think that he's lasting till the 5th, but he's a great pick. I've selected him before in our previous mock drafts. I would probably go back to all, Dan. Sorry.
You could go offensive line depth here too.
I'd probably select Riley Moss here.
Corner out of Iowa.
Especially after our talk yesterday about DBs and Brandon Staley's mentality as far as going after DBs. Definitely.
Oof. Okay, so let's pull this up big screen. Final hauls. For Jake Hefner, you've got Zay Flowers, Adetomiwa Adebawore, Tucker Kraft, YaYa Diaby, and Riley Moss. So basically you go wide receiver, edge, tight end, edge. But again, you're not really going edge. It's more like an interior defensive line hybrid, followed by corner. I hauled in Darnell Washington, the tight end, Jahmyr Gibbs, the Kamara archetype, Cedric Tillman.
That's a solid one, Dan. I actually don't even know why I showed up today.
Isaiah McGuire and Cory Trice. I think I hit this one out of the park. It's a little different than I would have expected. I honestly think I'm going to get some backlash on this just because I think some folks are going to ask, like, all right, well, why didn't we help Justin Herbert with the receiver? Like, they're not paying attention to Jahmyr Gibbs. So I think the fact, in my opinion, having a Jahmyr Gibbs, I think, helps when you can have an offensive weapon who can line up everywhere on the field. So in a sense, that is a running back. That is a receiver. That is someone like a swing back offensive weapon. All right. I know it's early. We haven't gotten the votes out, but in the comments, let us know what you think of these. Who you would have picked if you were at the positions that we were in. Do you like? Do you dislike?
Oh, I already dislike mine. I've already. I wish I could have actually conceded after my 4th pick. I hate it personally. I hate the way that the draft fell to me. As much as I love Adebawore, obviously the draft did not fall in my favor after that selection. No. So not a fan of this draft. at all. So I will concede. Everybody can tell Dan that he kicked the living shit out of me today in this one, and we'll see if I can make up for it next week.
So we're already given Dan's going to be up 2-1 in the best of 7 series. But again, who knows? Time will tell. This has been fun. Jake, mock draft 3.0 in the books. Anything else you want to tell the great friends other than please go and be sure to hit that like and subscribe. Go into the giveaway that we have provided. Get your Keenan Allen signed custom jersey. Anything else?
Again, sir, these days are going by way too slow. Let's just get us to the draft already. I think you're feeling it. I'm feeling it. Everybody else is feeling that urge to spend that weekend with our asses glued to the couch and watching nothing but the NFL draft.
Yes. And we got some fun stuff planned ahead for Chargers Unleashed and for LAFB for draft coverage. So stay tuned there. For Jake Hefner, you can find him at Jake D. Hefner, myself at Dan W Sports. It's been a great time. We're excited for draft season. We're so close. By the time you hear us next, we'll probably be within day number 15, maybe 14. We'll see. Until then, have a great morning, afternoon, evening, and we'll see you next time on Chargers Unleashed.